the First Descendant is officially live, and they're dropping a lot of news. Now, before we officially go live, so if you are watching this video when the day of this video going live, I will be live. But before we go live, I wanted to cover that news. So I'm Reckless from Reckless Player Gaming. Let's get started. All right, we're going to use that intro because there's a lot of content we want to get over quickly, just so you have that information so you know. But before we go into it, I want to go ahead and show the featured comment of last video right here. And if you want to have a chance to have your comment featured in the next video, leave a comment down below, and if we look into it and we find it interesting, funny, or anything like that, we will definitely feature it in our next video. All right, in this video I want to cover a few things, but one of the things I want to cover in this video is the future roadmap, because they actually talked about that. But I don't want to talk about the beginning part of the video because most of that we already know about. The characters are dropping, the ultimates, and the weapons. But what I do want to cover is the future roadmap. And they also even talked about their ideas of monetization, which I think is very interesting. So we're going to cover that in the video. Next video I'm going to have is the trailers that dropped. We're going to be having videos soon after that. We're going to react to those trailers. All right, I went ahead and moved myself in the bottom left-hand corner so I don't block anything. But I wanted to show you guys what they actually said for monetization and kind of summarize that, and then we can go to the future roadmap.
프리투플레이 게임이 First Descendant에서 가장 핵심적인 과금 모델은 시즌 운영을 기반으로 하는 배틀 패스입니다. 배틀 패스에는 무료 보상과 유료 프리미엄 보상이 존재하며 페이투윈을 목적으로 하지 않습니다. 게임 플레이를 보조하는 아이템과 꾸미기 상품을 중심으로 구성되어 있으며 핵심인 궁극 무기 역시 프리미엄뿐 아니라 무료로도 얻을 수 있게 디자인하였습니다. 그리고 배틀 패스의 클리어나 시즌 콘텐츠의 완료 뒤에도 전투 보급품 상점과 보너스 상점을 통해 계속해서 보상을 얻을 수 있도록 지원하고 있습니다. First Descendant에는 배틀 패스 외에도 성장 시간을 단축하는 상품과 게임 플레이의 편의성을 도와주는 상품도 존재합니다. 강조하고 싶은 것은 계승자 캐릭터를 포함하여 판매하는 대부분의 아이템이 게임 플레이를 통해서도 획득할 수 있다는 점입니다. 뿐 아니라 고품질을 자랑하는 캐릭터를 꾸밀 수 있는 다양한 꾸미기 상품도 존재합니다. 다양한 테마의 공용 스킨, 계승자 전용 스킨, 얼티밋 계승자 전용 스킨, 진화 스킨뿐만 아니라
Oh man, a lot of those skins look really dope. I don't remember seeing Bunny's red skin like that before. So, and they might be called evolved skin. But pretty much, as we can tell, like I said, we got to take it at face value. Is pretty much what they're saying is the monetization is strictly specifically on only on cosmetics and skins, and there's going to be stuff that you can get certain supplies back, which keeps the monetization really low. And like I said, a lot of people were concerned about it. And I think even from my understanding, the battle pass is $10. I have to double check when I go online. And I have to see if there's even possible to gift. If there is possible way to gift, we might be looking into doing a giveaway soon. But I wanted to let you guys know that they're talking about that it's mostly just skins and cosmetics, which is really good because a lot of people were concerned that you're going to be able to pay to win, and you get a lot of weapons even on a free battle pass. So if you get the premium, you get just a few extra weapons, and you eventually could be able to get those weapons. It's just you're not locked behind specifically having to pay.
여기에 스킨의 색을 플레이어 개성에 따라 바꿀 수 있는 페인트 시스템과 각종 부착 장식물, 등장 효과, 무기 스킨, 감정 표현 등 다양한 꾸미기 요소를 준비했습니다. 이 중 일부는
So as you saw, weapons, skins, emotes, stuff like that. Again, none of that really affects specifically the game. Yes, can you get a weapon faster that can help you? Sure. A lot of times, the level of the weapon is more important sometimes than the actual weapon, because eventually you're going to be able to get that weapon even stronger that drops, or you can create it later that's even stronger. So not necessarily having that weapon right away matters, but again, like I said, most of the stuff is skin, cosmetics, and emotes and stuff like that, which is really solid. It looks like there's a possible wallpaper too, which is very interesting.
배틀 패스 전투 보급품 상점이나 업적 보상으로도 무료로 획득이 가능합니다. 출시 시점에는 그동안 설명드린 모든 기능과 콘텐츠를 직접 확인해 볼 수 있습니다. 마음껏 즐겨주시길 바라면서 저는 이만 인사드리겠습니다.
And with that, like I said, we talked about it, pretty much everything is going to be cosmetics, pretty much. Yes, there are going to be some resources if you wanted to make it easier to, instead of waiting for that timer to wait for it to be researched. You're going to have resources. There are going to be just additional resources on the battle pass as well. There's going to be skins, emotes, cosmetic items, all specifically that are going to be purchasable if you want them specifically, but nothing to really specifically enhance or make you feel like you're not able to play something because you don't have a specific weapon. They're not going to hold you back specifically. And again, this is face value. I have yet to go into it, but listening to a lot of people already on Discord, they seem to be happy with the way it's set up, which is very nice. So now we're going to look at the end game content. All right, now I want to go ahead and show you guys the future roadmap. All right, and here is the future roadmap. As we see here, the game drops on July 2nd, which is today as recording this video. And then early August, we're going to get an update. And as we see here, the new Descendant that we talked about, Luna, is going to be on there. Now, I already saw a trailer of Luna a little bit, but I think she looks really cool. She looks like she's giving me Lucio vibes with the weapon she uses, which is really interesting. And we're going to have a new Colossus to fight. I believe we already have 16 of them to fight, so you're going to add another Colossus. And then we're going to get Ultimate Valby, which this was already kind of leaked, and I didn't want to talk about it, but I didn't want to mention it because I didn't know if it was going to affect me or not as a content creator for Nexon. But the fact that Ultimate Valby is here, that goes to tell me I'm not going to put all my resources into Valby. I'm going to have her, use her, but when August drops, I'm going to make sure I get an Ultimate version. There's going to be a new Ultimate weapon and also a new skin, and that is just in early August. Now, in late August, so in the same month, but later in the August, we're going to get Season 1 Invasion. So this is possibly going to be new story content. You have seasonal progression on here, field completion. You also have here a new Descendant and their story, which is really nice. From my understanding, the story of characters are going to be in the game. You could be able to learn about them in the game and interact with them, which is really cool. You're also going to have a new Colossus and a new dungeon. Now, dungeon is definitely, and Colossus are both endgame stuff, so seeing that there's going to be new endgame soon after, all the 16 plus this is 17, and then you add another Colossus and dungeon, they're adding more content, which is really nice to see. You have new weapon, new skins, and a new Ultimate Descendant that they have yet to talk about, which I'm kind of curious who that is going to be. But like I said, if you have a normal form of that character, don't waste your resources because eventually ultimates are going to pop up. All right, in Season 2, you have early December. Now, if you saw here, we have late August, Update 1, Update 2, Update 3. So there's going to be a few updates in this season. So be prepared for September, October to have multiple updates. And then in December, same goes for that as well. So we're going to get trickle this content here. I am curious how that is going to play out. And then here you have, again, like I said, early December, update 1, 2, and 3. See probably story progression here for the ancestor, learning more about the lore and everything about the backstory. What's very interesting is the new Mega Dungeon, which is going to be very interesting to see. Dungeons already endgame stuff. To see what a Mega one does is kind of interesting. You have a utility companion, which I'm curious if that's going to be like a pet. Sounds like it's going to be a pet. More seasonal progression, which we already kind of knew that already. New Descendant and story, which I'm assuming they're going to drip market that. You have, again, a new Colossus and dungeon, so this might be separate from that dungeon. New weapon, skin, and Ultimate Descendant. So we have a good roadmap for future content. What we're going to add to this video is actually Luna content as well, because they kind of discussed it at the very tail end of the video. So I'm going to let them talk a little bit. She, again, reminds me of like a Lucio. She does music. She has her gun that looks like Lucio. So she's giving me Lucio vibes when I see you. But let's go ahead and let them talk about it.
처음으로 업데이트될 신규 캐릭터인 루나는 음악을 컨셉으로 하는 매우 개성적인 캐릭터로 리듬 액션 느낌을 주는 독특한 전투 방식을 체험할 수 있는 캐릭터입니다.
And right here, this weapon right here is giving me Lucio vibes as well.
출시 후 처음으로 업데이트될 신규 캐릭터인 루나는 음악을 컨셉으로 하는 매우 개성적인 캐릭터로 리듬 액션 느낌을 주는 독특한 전투 방식을 체험할 수 있는 캐릭터입니다.
Yeah, it's definitely Lucio. And that's pretty much it for the end of this video. To be able to see that they have future roadmap and what they're going to line up for us to have, see all the content when they're possibly going to be dropping is really nice to see a good roadmap. Because a lot of times, a lot of games would just tell you what the game drops A lot of times a game would just drop and they won't tell you really what's going on in the future. And this case, they're actually telling us what they're going to drop, and very soon too. August is just 1 month away. So I am curious to see that. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.